how do you build fitness into your daily routine and gradually become fitter over time? Well, the key thing is to make fitness a habit. But as we know, sometimes it can be quite hard to either break habits or make habits. So what is the best ways to make fitness a habit in your life? Well, the first thing you need to do really is have a goal. It could be just to get fitter, although that's very vague. It's best to set a goal which is measurable. So maybe a small goal like you want to run the 5k and do part runs, or you want to cycle 10 or 20 miles. Which is quite measurable. Or it could be, if you're already reasonably fit, you want to do a 100-mile sportive, or you want to go and cycle in the Alps, or you want to do a half marathon or 10k run and get your best time. So really setting a goal of some description is going to help you start that habit. Another thing that will help is having a why, having a reason for it. It could be that goal that you've already set. It could be that when you go out and exercise, it's a bit of alone time and a bit of quiet time in your brain, and you can switch off and you really enjoy the solitude and quiet of doing exercise. It could be that you're meeting friends and it's a weekly event, or maybe bi-weekly or even daily event where you meet friends for a walk or a run or a ride. And having that why and that reason for doing it really helps create a habit, especially if you're doing it with friends, because you're accountable to each other, and we don't want to let our friends down, so we tend to do things we've said we're going to do and try to stick by that. So having a why is a key thing to forming habits. Also with habits, or trying to develop those habits, it's important not to have an all or nothing attitude. You know, if you miss a workout, it's a catastrophe, or if you don't run as far or cycle as far as you wanted to, you know, there's something terrible, or you've got ill and you haven't been able to work over a few days. You know, it's not the end of the world, and it's much better to just do small bits when you can rather than do nothing. So if for some reason you can't do your 2-hour cycle ride one week, you could, you know, do an hour, do half an hour. Anything is better than nothing. So avoid that mentality of catastrophe. If something goes wrong, or you don't do what you were hoping to do, it's not the end of the world. Another tip to make habits stick is to be accountable, which we've sort of mentioned already with friendship and going out with friends. But if you're on a training plan and you're sticking to that plan, you know, that helps you be accountable, so you can tick off the sessions you've done. Or if you've got a coach is a great way to be accountable, because someone is going to be asking you what you did that day. Maybe again, having friends working on the same sort of plan or same goal will help you achieve that accountability. Another thing to bear in mind is be patient. You are not going to become ultra fit in a matter of weeks. You know, you will develop your fitness quite quickly, especially if you're starting from sort of not a lot of fitness, a baseline. But fitness takes a long time to build up, and be prepared for that. Be patient, look for those small wins and gains in your fitness. Patience is a virtue, although sometimes I find that hard to stick by. Another key and probably top tip is to make it fun. If you're not enjoying something, you're not going to make it a habit. If you enjoy it, it's going to be so much easier to build that into your routine for a week or daily routine. So make it fun. Do things you enjoy. If there's a particular type of running you do, you know, off-road running or trail running or park runs, do that. If you enjoy a certain type of cycling and you've done road but you didn't really enjoy it, go and do gravel riding or get a mountain bike. Do something different. Do it with other people. Join a club. That's a great way of having a good time, having some good banter on the bike and enjoying getting fit without even realizing it. And lastly, what you really need to do is create, rather than habits, micro habits, small habits that can help you develop the habit you want to develop. So for example, getting your running kit out the night before, or preparing all your cycling kit and having it laid out in your room is a good way to ensure that when you wake up in the morning, you know, the work's done. All you've got to do is get on the bike or put your running shoes on and go out the house. So try to set up those micro habits and you'll find bigger habits will come a bit more easily. You could do things with cycling like filling your bottles the night before so they're in the fridge nice and cold, ready for your workout. Create the time to do that. But these little micro habits will build up to create the bigger habit you want to create. Another micro habit you can do is to set a reminder on your phone so you have an alarm going off when it's time to go for your ride or your run. And remember, like we said before, anything is better than nothing. Consistency, even if it's a small amount of exercise, consistency is the best way to build up a habit. And as that habit gets more embedded, you can extend, you know, the time you're doing or what you're hoping to do when you exercise. But in the beginning, the most important thing is just to build up that routine so you go out and do something. Consistency is key. And lastly, when you're building a habit, treat yourself like you treat someone else who was trying to develop a habit or get fit. Treat yourself like you treat someone else. Be patient with them, be patient with yourself. Be positive, make good remarks, look how far you've come, look at the small achievements you've made, look at the fact that you've managed to set a goal and you're doing something which is a lot more than a lot of people will be able to do. So always look on the positive side, treat yourself well, be kind to yourself, follow those tips and the habits will come. So good luck with keeping those habits and getting fitter. Till the next time, see you soon.